Hey YouTube, today I'm going to show you how to bleed your brakes. It's pretty fast, pretty easy. If you understand the concept and you follow the directions. I know some people, they'll be like, oh, I've had the hardest time in the world. Also, if you're just replacing the pads on your vehicle, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to need to bleed your brakes. The only time you really need to worry about bleeding your brakes is if you break the system, the fluid lines. Like if you take a line away from a caliper, or if you let your brakes wear out to the point where the caliper piston shoots out and you have fluid leaking, then of course you're going to need to bleed your brakes once you repair that damage. But for just basic pad repair, you do not need to bleed your brakes. Okay, it's a common myth or misconception, as some people will say. Anyway, pay attention, watch. If you have any questions, comments, please post, chat, subscribe. Hope you find this educational, enjoyable, and if you have any other requests, this was a request, this is why I'm doing this, but if you have any other requests, YouTube, let me know. I'll be more than happy to try to get that on and up for you. Other than that, have a great day. Sit back, enjoy, watch. First step in bleeding your brake system, I recommend while you're doing this is to go ahead and suck out all the old fluid that's in your system. That fluid does break down over time. It also absorbs moisture. It's an alcohol-based fluid. You'll notice it feels kind of funny when it gets on your hands. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to suck out all the old fluid out of this reservoir. You can use the little plunger type that'll pull it out, or the little syringe type, or there's a couple different tools that'll do that. The fast tool that I use is vacuum controlled. Basically it's like a Venturi pump, and it will suck the fluid out. Once I pull the trigger, it's air powered, so we'll go ahead and do that. Basically stick it down in the fluid, and then you squeeze the trigger, and if you look at the line you can see the fluid coming through. Alright, so once you remove all of the old fluid, the next step you'll do is you'll add your brake fluid. I do recommend that you have a new unopened container of brake fluid, because brake fluid does absorb moisture, and you don't want that moisture in your braking system. Now also, because this is because we're going to bleed the brake system, I do recommend filling this up to the top, and after you finish bleeding all 4 wheels, then you'll come back and you'll top it off again. After you fill it up, you do want to put the top on. I do know some people will say no, don't put the top on, but I recommend you put the top on, because some systems, when you step on the pedal, it will shoot. If you don't have that top on, it will shoot brake fluid up out of the system. And you definitely don't want that all over your motor. That's another mess you have to clean up. Next, we'll raise the car up so that we can get to the bleeder valves, which are located on the back of each wheel. If you have a lift, of course, this is easier, but if you don't, simply jack the car up. If you have small hands, sometimes you can reach in there, and if you know what you're doing, you can reach in there and kind of turn like the front wheels to the left or right and get to it. But if you don't, then I suggest using a jack stand to pick the car up. Once you get the car up, you'll notice there's bleeder valve on the very back here, and that is the bleeder valve right there on the top. Okay. Most cars it's a 10 millimeter. Every now and then you'll find some that will be a 8 millimeter. Unless it's like an older car, then it's going to be a standard size. All right. So once you get your wrench onto your bleeder valve, simply, and I'm gonna recommend that you have 2 people to do this too. You'll have a person inside the car is gonna pump up the pedal, and that'll help you out greatly. If you don't, you can use that little suction tool that I had that you saw earlier and do it by one hand. But I've got another person helping me, so I've got him pump the pedal up, and then simply open the valve, and you'll notice the old fluid comes out. See how that squirted out there? That's what you want to see. And I recommend doing this about 3 times on each individual wheel. Go ahead and pump it up for me. Pump it slow. Only 3 times. Alright, once it pumps up, then again you open that valve. Okay. You see how it shot out and then it stopped? You want to get a nice steady stream coming out. Pump it 3 times and hold. Okay. See how we're not getting anything there? Now open it. That was your air bubble right there. Pop again. There you go. Now you have fluid. Again, when you're doing this, if you do have an air bubble, I would do it until you don't have that air bubble. Alright, and then after you clear that wheel, after we clear this wheel, we'll switch over to the next wheel. Now the order in which you want to do that, this is, see that air bubble pop out? The order in which you want to do this, you want to start with the wheel farthest from the master cylinder and work your way around. I start with the back right, then go to the back left, go to the front right, then to the front left. We're going to bleed all these and I'll be right back. After you've bled all 4 wheels, you'll want to take the top off. You'll notice your fluid level has dropped, and you'll top that off with fresh fluid. We've already done it, but just want to add that step in there just in case some of you didn't quite understand to do that. And then you'll go inside the car, step on the brake pedal, and your brake pedal should be hard and firm. If you have any questions, comments, please post, subscribe. Thanks for watching YouTube. Have a great day.